What's going on, guys? So in these times right now, things are getting more expensive whenever you go out there and shop for stuff, especially for shoes. But there's one company out there that's actually been bringing their prices a little bit lower to, the more affordable side. And what company is that? That is Reebok, and this is the Floatride Energy 4. We're gonna check it out today in this review.
I want nothing but the best, and now you've been won. Yeah, I want you to know the rest before your turn. Maybe I'm not.
Alright guys, so Reebok did send over these shoes for me to do a review of, but probably when I do a positive or negative review, this is my own thoughts on these shoes. So these are the Reebok Floatride Energy 4 Adventure. So you guys can see that right there. You can see Floatride Energy 4 Adventure, and I kind of like them. So let's go ahead and talk about these shoes. They're like a hybrid trail road shoe, so they could do both. And I've really been enjoying it. Let's go ahead and talk about the looks of them. And right away, I gotta say, I love this colorway. This colorway is nice. Like, I find myself wanting to wear these shoes a lot. I'm like, man, I just want to wear them going out and about because I think they look that good. I know you're not supposed to do that, but for me, I've been doing a lot of walking, especially coming back from injury. So I've been using these shoes to wear along with my jeans, along with my runs, along with my walks. And they've handled really well doing all three of those. But again, the colorway is really nice. You can see that the top of it is made out of this ripstop material. So almost kind of like that tarp that you have hanging out. It's the same type of material. It's weatherproof, but not waterproof, because I have ran with these in the puddles and water will seep through whenever you have them on. So not waterproof, they are weatherproof, whatever that means. Along with that ripstop top, over there, you do have this front toe bump over here that's gonna protect you from all those roots whenever you are out there on the trails. And at the back, you have two pull ties. You have a pull tie over here. You also have a pull tie on the tongue. And for me, I feel like the upper was comfortable for me. I did have an issue whenever I was running. I do feel like right here, if you guys can see right here, this is where it like creases. So it creases right there. And I feel like this digs into the top of my foot. I notice it every once in a while, but it is enough for me to notice it. And yeah, that's one issue. You can even see right there is a little bit of a crease forming. That's where I'm having issues, especially on my right foot. This is my left foot, but on my right foot, this is where I noticed it a lot more. I don't know if it's just this shoe, but for sure there is something going on where there's a crease right there. So that is poking at me. Not horribly annoying, but I can imagine during your longer runs, that's going to really bother you, especially if you're wearing like some thinner socks. That's when I really notice it, when I'm wearing my thinner socks. Another thing about these shoes is they do have long laces on the upper. So these laces are pretty long, but I think that having longer laces is better than having too short of laces, which I've had that issue before. So these are a little bit long. Could be a little bit shorter, but not a huge issue for me. Just double knot it and you'll be just fine. And then at the back over here, the heel cup, not too much cushion over there. I haven't had any issues with it hitting me. I've had no issues with blisters at all with these shoes. I find that it's really, really comfortable on me. Again, I find myself wearing these shoes a lot. And then if you go into the midsole, this is gonna be their new Floatride Energy Foam. And I found that it is kind of bouncy, especially when I run on it on the treadmills. On the trails, you really don't feel it too much. On the roads, you kind of feel it, but for me, it's just enough to almost not even notice that it's there. There is some cushioning, but it's not gonna be a huge energy return that you see from something like the Alpha Flies or some of the super shoes for sure. There is gonna be a 9mm heel to toe drop on this. And for me, someone who really likes to run in zero drop, I haven't really noticed a big issue with uncomfortableness for me. And that's coming from a guy that loves to run in Vibrams. The fur Shukis as well. I love to run in those type of shoes. And this 9mm is, pretty comfortable for me. If you go to the outsole over here, this is gonna be a fully rubber outsole, except for just this little section right here where you're gonna see the Floatride foam. But if you can see the outsole, it has some pretty good grip on there. I wouldn't call it like the most like rugged grip, but I know for me and here in Southeast Texas, the trails that I'm doing, you don't need too much grip. I've ran with them in the mud and they've handled well and I've run with them on the roads, and I haven't really felt, very knobby-ish whenever I'm running on the roads as well, because this is, again, a hybrid shoe. So this is supposed to be for the roads and for the trails as well. And I think that this does a perfect job of doing both. It's not gonna be a super energy return type of shoe. There is gonna be some cushion, but for me, the ride was comfort. I enjoyed it on the trails. I enjoyed it on the roads, and I just really enjoy this shoe. The weight of the shoe is 9.6 ounces at a size 10. This is a size 12, so it's probably gonna be about 10 ounces for this shoe, but I've never really felt it too heavy. So that's pretty much a shoe. It's a shoe that does the job that you want it to do, and it's not going to break the bank, especially with the prices that you can find online. I found these as low as $64 on Amazon. So originally they're $120 shoes, but Reebok always has sales, and you can always find them for a lot cheaper than you find them at their store. They'll also have 15% off coupon codes whenever you sign up for their newsletter, so there's that as well. But look at Amazon. Amazon right now is $64 for the shoe. And man, I might pick me up another pair. I like the colorway. They have other colorways. They have an all black one. They have another color. I'll put them all on the screen, but I like the look of this shoe. I like the way that it runs. And it is a relatively cheap shoe that you can get that does the job. Like, when you go running nowadays, there's a lot of shoes. I buy shoes at $160. And when you can find a shoe that is pretty much new at $64 on Amazon, man, get this one. I know a lot of people love it, and I'm one of those that really do like it. But who is this for? I think this is gonna be for those trail runners that don't have super technical trails. And if you move from trails to roads, this works just as good as a road shoe as it does a trail shoe. So at the end of the day, I would say this shoe isn't super exciting, but it gets the job done. It gets the job done well. Like if you need a pair of running shoes, man, the Reebok, you guys need to take a look at them, because what they're doing is making shoes that are on the cheaper end, but they're making them well. So I'm liking it. And this is gonna get a Goku Runner thumbs up from me. I found myself looking at these shoes to wear. You guys can see it's a little bit muddy, it's a little bit worn down. I've been wearing this as my go-to shoe for trails for the last couple of months now. So I'm enjoying it. Gets a Goku Runner thumbs up for me. So let me know in the comments what you think about this shoe. Do you guys have this Floatride Energy 4? I like it. They have some other shoes too. I'll be reviewing those. And if you guys enjoyed this review of this shoe and want to see the other shoes reviewed as well, let me know in the comments down below and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.